What is going on, guys? Joe here, finally back. It has been some time, but we're back to the videos and happy to return because what I thought was just a few weeks of being away turned into a few months. But maybe I'll explain later in another video. But I wanted to get this video started because it's that time of year again where Apple announces their next iteration of iOS. So this week we got just that at their yearly WWDC event, including many new enhancements and some new features that we have been wanting in iOS. Now, something to note is that iOS 13 is only available for those who have their device registered to a developer's account. But for everyone else, Apple did announce that they will be releasing a public beta in July, so you can actually get your hands on it early before the official release of iOS 13 in the fall. So let's go ahead and kick off this video with a list of my top iOS 13 features, plus some hidden things here and there that you should know about when it does drop later this year. Now, to kick things off, let's talk about dark mode. This is probably the most rumored new feature on iOS 13, and it actually came true because we do have dark mode now, which is very, very nice. I am a big fan of it, especially at night or in dark environments. You don't get that bright screen anymore. But with dark mode, it'll darken everything like your settings and other system apps. You can change between the light or dark mode in the settings app by going to display and brightness settings and select which mode you want, or you can set it to automatically change to dark mode when the sun sets and turns back to light mode when the sun rises. If you don't like that, you can also tweak it up a little bit and change what custom schedule you want to set it to. So 7 a.m. that's when it'll turn to light mode. 10 p.m. it'll turn to dark mode. But another way to toggle between light and dark mode is via Control Center by pressing and holding on the brightness slider. And now you'll see a new option at the bottom left to toggle dark mode on and off. But this, like I said, it's been one of my favorite features in iOS 13 because it just looks so clean. Also, with this new update, you do get some new wallpapers that are optimized for dark mode, and it'll automatically change as you switch between light and dark mode. So in iOS 13, a lot of apps have gotten either enhancements or some redesigns. Starting with the Photos app, this got a little bit of new features. So as you see here at the bottom, you still get the same tabs. Normally on the Albums tab, you would have all photos where you can select it and then view all your photos. Now that's actually placed down here on the bottom left under the Photos tab. So here is where you'll be able to see all your photos from the time that you start using your phone. If you have your whole library from previous iPhones, they're all going to be here. Now you can also pinch to zoom if you want to see other photos from other months or even other years. So here I have my library from the past few years up to 2015, it looks like, but you can actually zoom in to those photos and see those photos there too. So it lets you browse your photo library easily. But also, if you see down here, it's under all photos. You can also go to days, and then it will show the days here, and you'll notice that, like, for example, videos or live photos, they'll actually start auto playing on here, but you get a better visual of all your photos. So you can browse through days, or you can even go through months, and it'll give you the highlights of those months or even years. So as you see here, you can go back. Looks like I have photos up until 2014, and yeah, it just makes everything look a lot cleaner, nicer. And as you see here, right here, it shows 7 out of 10 photos. So it hides either duplicate photos or photos that are similar. It's able to identify those and kind of give you a better visual of everything and not look so cluttered and stuff. So I really like the new design of this Photos tab here in Photos. Now, speaking about photos, when you use your camera app now, whether you're taking a photo or video, something that has gotten a big enhancement is going to be the fact that you can edit even more either your photos or even videos. But so if I take a video real quick, it's going to be right here in portrait mode. But when I go back in here, you can also edit it here in the Photos app or the camera roll. But as you see down here, you can now edit the exposure as well, just like in the photos. You can change all of this and really enhance your photo or video, I should say, brightness, black point, saturation, everything that you can normally do. And also a video editing app. Well, not everything, but close to. You can even give it a different little effect or filter, you see here. And also you can do many things like change the position of it. You can also tilt it either up and down or left and right. But another thing is that you can even rotate it in the app as well. Now, the next app that probably has gotten a lot of improvements is going to be the Maps app. Apple says they have rebuilt this app from the ground up and have gotten a lot more locations and everything. So it's a lot better now. Hopefully now it won't suck as it did in the past and leave you stranded somewhere. But as you can just see here, the layout is a little different. Now you have your favorites. You can add your favorites. So your work, your home, and others. And you can add those. That way you have quick access to them. You just tap it and then it'll navigate you to that location. And then below that you have collections. So now you can set different collections. So say you're going on a vacation, you can put different spots that you may be traveling to and then have quick access to that too. And below that, you're going to have your recently viewed locations. So let's go into San Francisco because this is what they demoed at the event. And what that was a thing called Look Around. So here I am zooming in a little bit more. And then you'll notice these binoculars here on the top right. If you swipe up, you'll get, of course, the location and everything. You can actually go into Look Around here. But for example, we go to the binoculars. And now you'll be able to get a live street view, or not a live street view, but a street view of that location. So you can put this into full screen mode here. Come on. There we go. So full screen. Now you'll be able to kind of browse around. It's a little buggy right now, it seems like. Okay, I think I got it working now, but it's a little buggy. It's in beta 1. So you can actually tap and keep going down the street. So sort of like Google Maps. This is a page out of their book. This is something that we definitely need in Apple Maps, kind of give more information and just kind of get an idea of where you're going before you even go there. So here, if there's any locations, so this place, Siam Orchid, I can tap on there and then it's going to give me more information right below right here. So their phone number, all that good stuff, their address. You can also do it in landscape view as well. So really like this new look around feature. Let me know what you think about this, but that's some enhancements and some new features to the Apple Maps app. I really like that, but also another cool thing is that it allows you to send an ETA now. So wherever you're going, if you hit go,
starting route to Siam Orchid.
So it'll actually display at the bottom once you start navigating, or you can just swipe up and then hit the share ETA. So here you'll be able to share your ETA and give them an idea of how long it'll take you to get to that location. Now the next app that has gotten a new design is going to be the Reminders app. So here, as you see, there's a slight new design to it, and it has gotten some improvements that were needed as well, because the Reminders app was kind of just really simple and plain. I really didn't like it. I use Reminders a lot, but here I don't have my actual reminders because this is a different device that I don't use on a regular basis. But anyways, you have your today tab here that will show your today reminders. And you also have your scheduled reminders here, whether they're today or tomorrow or later future date, or you can also select all. Here will show all your reminders and show you the list of those as well. So this is just a little mock-up of reminders that I did. So groceries, so you can set reminders for those. Now, one of the new things though is when you do set a reminder, you do get this new toolbar where you'll be able to add a time here, so quick time, or you can set a location, whether you're arriving home or getting in the car, or you can also customize that there. But you're also able to flag them, or you can add an attachment. Unfortunately, I don't know why I'm not able to add an attachment, but It is there, it's just grayed out at the moment. I think I have to upgrade my reminders because I know it asked me if I wanted to upgrade them to iOS 13. Now the next app is going to be the Notes app. This has gotten a little bit of enhancements. As you see here, now you have folders, so that way it's easier to be managed, all your notes, and kind of organize them a little better. But as you see here, I have folders, and then you also can create nested subfolders right inside the other folders, and you can collapse them here and you can expand them, but you can also move them around. So if you want to move them to its own actual folder instead of it being a nested folder, you can just by tapping and dragging. But if you go back into your notes or into a folder here, now you have a different way to view them. So now we have this gallery view, so you can have more of a visual thumbnails and makes it easier for you to kind of quickly find a note that you're looking for. So I really like this. As you see here, I have a pin note and that'll show it right there in the top right corner. But I really like the way this is looking now. I use the notes quite a bit to organize my things, different videos that I'm working on or different things that I'm working on, which I mean, now I'm going to be definitely working on more videos. Another cool thing is the fact that when you go into a Notes app, you can still collaborate with others, but now you have a new share option. So you can allow them to make changes, or if you want to just give them the ability to just view the note and not be able to make any changes, you can also change that now too. Now, speaking about collaborating and sharing, you now can even share an entire folder. So if you go into the folder and you tap on the little options on the top right, you can now add people, so you can share this folder. This is the folder that I have several nested folders in there, so I can share that. And again, you can change the different shared options here. Now the Health app also got a redesign. It now gives you a summary of articles, app suggestions, alerts, and highlights about your data. And also a big feature for those female viewers out there, you have cycle tracking, which you're able to track your menstrual cycles. Now the HomeKit app also got some upgrades. Now if you have cameras that support HomeKit, you can securely capture your footage and save it to iCloud. And also now Siri on HomePod is able to detect different people's voices, so it can tell each other apart. And another cool feature for HomePod users is that now has a handoff feature. So if you're listening to music, podcast, or taking a phone call on your iPhone, you can bring it close to your HomePod and it'll transfer that audio to it. And if you're leaving, you can just pick up whatever audio is playing on your HomePod onto your iPhone, which is really cool. Now, another app that you may find familiar because of the design of it is Find My, and that's short for both Find My Friends and also Find My iPhone. It's actually 2-in-1 now, or both of those apps are now one app. So now here there's a little tab for people, so you can find friends, and your devices, so you can find all your devices. So it's a combination of 2-in-1. Also, another feature with iOS 13 and this new Find My app, it's able to now locate offline devices. So what that means is even if your device gets lost and it's not connected to Wi-Fi or doesn't have any cell reception, when you mark your device as missing, it's actually going to use other Apple users' devices nearby, and they'll be able to detect your device's Bluetooth signal and report its location to you. Now, if you're worried about like security and stuff like that, Apple does say it's encrypted end to end and it's completely anonymous. So your privacy is protected. Now down here, of course, we have the App Store. And one of the things that I kind of don't like is the removal of the Updates tab being down here, because now it's replaced with the Apple Arcade tab. So that's going to be coming out later this year, where you can download different games and stuff like that using Apple Arcade services. But now how you find your updates for different apps is if you go to any tab that still shows your little profile picture up here, you'll tap on there, and as you see, it shows 19, and that means I have 19 updates available. But this is where you will update your apps. So I always have mine set to manually update, because I normally want to see what's new with the app. So I like to read about it before I update. This is where it's hidden now, so you can update all your apps. Now the next enhancement and added features is going to be to Safari. So Safari has now gotten a little bit of an enhancement. So now when you go to a website, we'll see this little AA icon here that you can tap on now, and that'll allow you to resize the font of that certain web page. You can just tap in the middle and it'll go back to 100%. But another thing too is you can now hide the toolbar here easily, or you can also request the desktop view instead of having to go to the share icon down here. And also you can change website settings. So here you'll be able to change some things. And now, speaking of sharing, if you hit the share icon, you get a new redesigned share menu here. And then down here, as you see, you have a new type of sharing layout, but I like their little redesign. Now, another thing with Safari is that it now has a download manager. So you can actually download files and things like that straight from Safari. So for example, I already have a video that I copied just now, or the URL from one of my videos. Now I can hit download.mp4, and then here it's going to say if I want to download it, hit download, and now we have a download manager right here. So it'll download that video, or you can download different files, zip files, all that good stuff, and it'll just do it in the background. So really nice that Apple has opened up to having a download manager now. Now, another thing that I found out while messing with iOS 13 in the past few days is when you close your tabs, you can either hold this down and close all tabs, which is not something new, but something that I figured out is that you can actually automatically close tabs. So the first time I tried to close out some tabs, it did ask me if I wanted to close it after 1 day, close all my tabs after 1 day, after 1 week, or after 1 month. So you can actually now automatically do it after either a day, week, or a month. So pretty cool. That way you don't have hundreds of different tabs open in the background in Safari. Now the next app is Messages, and with Messages, right off the bat, you'll see up here, it asks me if I want to share my name and photo. So what that means is now you can actually set pretty much like a profile for yourself. If you go back to the Messages app, you click on the little menu up there on the top right. That's something new as well. And then now you get this where you can tap edit name and photo. And here you'll be able to change the photo. So you have some suggested photos, or you can take a photo yourself or view all your photos, or just get a photo from an emoji that you have set up, or a preset emoji here. But I already have mine set up here. Put my name, first name, last name, and then I can share the name and photo. Now what that does is you can actually share automatically to your contacts only, or have it always ask you if you want to share your photo and your name, or you can just do it to anyone. But this will now give you, instead of it just showing something like this where it's just a contact image, it'll actually show you who that person is. So if they're sharing their photo and name, it'll just display on here. So you get a better idea of who you're talking to if you don't have them on your contacts list. And of course, if they're sharing their name and photo. But another new thing is down here, you get new emojis as well if you have an iPhone 10 device. So you get a cow here. You also get the octopus and a mouse. And you see here, I created some new emojis. So you have more customizability whenever you're creating your emoji. So here you can change like makeup. There's different hairstyles now. You can also customize the teeth. You even have these different piercings here, as you saw, and then tongue piercing. So there's a lot of customizability on your emoji now. One of the big things too is now you can add AirPods. So I actually had an AirPod on mine. You can put it either your left or right ear or both. But one of my favorite things was that they actually have a backwards hat now. So, but they have more headwear here. They have a sombrero here. But yeah, so many new things here. So you can really customize your little guy or girl in the Memojis. Now, alongside that, you also have the new stickers. So right here, you have a new tab and you'll be able to choose a sticker. So they're pre-made stickers whichever Animoji or Memoji you select, there's already pre-made stickers for that. So you'll be able to add those people or those stickers to your chat just like that. Now, while we're here and kind of close to the keyboard, one of the big things too is Quick Path. So Quick Path lets you now swipe from key to key to text. Yeah, many have had this already in the past. So for several years, you could always swipe to text on Android. And of course, you could also download third-party keyboards on iOS for the past few iOS versions. But now it's integrated to the actual keyboard. And you will also notice that the emojis here has its own little tab. And also the Memoji stickers that you start using will pop up here in the frequently used. But I'm definitely glad that the emoji little icon is now here instead of it being under the globe icon, because now I use Spanish and English as my language when I'm texting. So now when you tap on the language key down here, it'll just go back and forth between the two languages. It won't go to English, then emojis, and then Spanish, and then back to English, and then emojis. So that got really annoying. Another thing too is the fact that with dictation, if you use dictation, it'll automatically detect what language you are speaking. But right now I'm on the English keyboard, and if I tap dictation, estoy hablando en español. It recognizes the language right there. But those are going to be a lot of the new changes in iOS 13. Of course, there's many more. There's small tweaks here and there that I did not cover in this video. But those are some of the important ones that you should know about. But there's some other ones I kind of want to show you. So you probably remember this volume HUD here where it'll show up right in the middle of the screen when you're turning it up or down as far as your volume goes. But now if you volume up or down, you have this new volume HUD, which is a little less disturbing. They won't interfere whatever you're doing. But now, yeah, you have this new volume HUD where it'll start off large, kind of like on Control Center, kind of looks like this. Start like that, and then it'll shrink down to a small little volume HUD there. Now, another thing too is when you silent your device by doing that, you put in silent mode, and then you get this new little banner up here. So that's a little new adjustment to iOS 13, which looks real nice. I like the way they did that. Now, other things too is the fact that you can undo and redo text. Now, if you use 3 fingers, you can swipe left to undo instead of shaking your device, or you can swipe right with 3 fingers and redo just like that. Or another thing you can do is tap and hold with 3 fingers, and then you get this toolbar here to undo, cut, copy, and paste. Now, if you have undid something, you do get that redo option there too now. Now, another thing for apps is Apple did mention that apps on iOS 13 have gotten 50% smaller, and app updates have gotten 60% smaller. And going into the settings here, you also have your app downloads here. And normally it wouldn't allow you to download updates or apps that are over 150 megabytes. But now it lets you do over 200 megabytes, or you can actually not have any restrictions anymore. So you can always allow any size app, whether you're on cellular or of course on Wi-Fi. Now, another new thing in the music app is that now we have lyrics, and you just tap down here at the bottom left, and it'll actually go to the song. So kind of like karaoke style, it would follow the song and show you the lyrics. Many songs that have been playing on Apple Music have supported lyrics already, but there are some songs here and there that don't have lyrics, but a lot of them do. So this is really cool. And now, speaking about music and listening, now with AirPods, if you actually use your AirPods and you want to share audio to other AirPods, maybe a friend, that wants to listen in to the same song. Maybe you're on a flight or something. Now, if you go here, you can actually select 2 headphones at the same time, so you can share audio with your Bluetooth headphones. So as you see there, you control your headphones or your friend's headphones straight on your device, so you can share what you're listening to, or maybe watching a movie on the airplane and you both have separate headphones. You don't have to share your headphones anymore. Also, another cool thing is that if you do have AirPods, Siri is now able to read your incoming messages. I think this is limited to the newer AirPods, but I haven't been able to test that out yet, but that's another cool little feature. Also, while using iOS 13 for the past few days, I've gotten pop-ups like this where I'm using a tile and it shows me that it's using my location in the background, but more specifically, it's showing me where exactly that app has been using my location. So really good information here, and I'm glad Apple actually provides that now. Also, the last thing I want to show you guys is in Control Center. So when you go to Control Center and then you press on where you have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, now when you press on Wi-Fi, you get a full selection of your Wi-Fi networks around, and you can directly go into Wi-Fi settings by pressing Wi-Fi settings down there, and it will shoot you over to the settings app. And also that works for Bluetooth, so you'll be able to change different Bluetooth devices straight from Control Center, and you can go directly to Bluetooth settings on Control Center as well. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what your favorite iOS 13 feature is, or what have you discovered in iOS 13 if you are using iOS 13 right now. Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you did enjoy this video, let me know by hitting the like button, as it not only lets me know that you enjoyed it, but it also supports the channel. Also, if you're not yet following me on social media, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm on there, and also other social media platforms. But I'll leave those down below in the description. But lastly, if you feel like being awesome, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell. That way you are always notified whenever I drop a new video, and those will be for sure coming very soon. Getting back into this grind. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I will catch you all on the next one. All right? Peace.